Thanks for joining me. And as promised, we left off last time. We left off with the president not being a racist. So I guess we'll go right back in. But before I go back in, I want to make sure let y'all know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk a little bit about the squad, a little little Bob Mueller, a little immigration. Uh, we're gonna try to bounce around a little bit, and we're gonna try to cover a couple topics. $20 minimum wage, African migrants coming through the border. We're gonna bounce around a little bit and see what we can come up with. But like I was saying, back to where we left off at. So we left off with the president not being a racist. Then we'll go with one of the president's recent tweets. Let me see if I can get to it. Let me see if I can get to it. So one of the president's recent tweets, President Trump, he says, here we go. The mainstream media is out of control. I agree. They constantly lie and cheat in order to get their radical left Democrat views out of there for all to see. It has never been this bad. Probably not. They have gone bonkers and no longer care what is right or wrong. They don't care no more. This large scale false reporting is sick. And I get it. I promise I get it. And I'll tell you why I get it. Because he says this, and I start scrolling through some different media outlets, and lo and behold, what do I see? Washington Post. During America's most segregated hour, during America's most segregated hour, preachers grapple with Trump's politics. Okay, here's the problem with that. During America's most segregated hour, I can think of a time that was more segregated. Jim Crow. So I get where the president is going, and for the time being, that's all the time I'm going to spend on that. From time to time, I just have to reiterate the fact that the president is not a racist. Trump 2020. But moving forward, immigration. Earlier this week, the president announced fast-track immigration policy. In return, the Democrats this evening, left-wing activist judge in California blocked President Trump's one of his asylum rules, and he blocked it after a judge in D.C. said it was fine. And you want to tell me we don't have a constitutional crisis when you got judges dictating law? That's the judicial branch. But I understand why judges want to dictate law, because Congress wants to be the investigative body, and I get it. A lot of people tell me today, hey, Joe, it's the Constitution. The Constitution says you can just, investigate stuff. Yeah, I get it. The Constitution gives Congress some powers, but that doesn't mean because you have the power to do it, you should do it. And what I mean by that is if you had a special counsel and he was given a task to do a job, and he did it, he gave it to you, and he was done, and he said it was no collusion, nothing criminal, we're walking away from this, why would you force him back to do what I call double jeopardize the president? You want the president that bad? Come on now. But anyhow, so Trump's asylum rule blocked. And at the end of the day, folks, we can keep up the political tennis match. We can go back and forth, keep, But here are the facts. I'll give them to you. The border's wide open. And I'll tell you why I say the border's wide open. In the last 2 months, 1,000 immigrants from various countries in Africa. See, we here, and we go spin that old globe around and see they over there. But they know how to get in. Over the last 2 months, 1,000 African migrants from various countries apprehended at our southern border. Okay, give me some more numbers. In June, 100,000 apprehended. That was down. They say that's down for 2 reasons. They say it's down because Trump told Mexico, hey, let's do something. And Mexico picked up their intensity, started to do a little work, a little bit. And then they claim it's because of the heat, but we know that didn't stop nothing. We know for a fact it's because President Trump said, hey, Mexico, what are you going to do? And their military got involved, and they started to do something. So we were able to get that number down by about 40,000. But let's just keep on going. In May, 140,000 people apprehended on our southern border. 84,000 families, 11,000 minors. We need to shut it down, folks. It ain't got nothing to do with race or hate. We still have the crisis with the children in the detention centers. And I know, excuse me, I know the Democrats, they want a little Marco Rubio moment. They want to, make this thing out to be, political theater with the Mueller report, which we'll get to here in a second. And, Congress wants to do this grandstanding and paint the president to be this racist, mean, evil, cruel person. But at the end of the day, we've got a lot going on at the southern border, and it's an invasion. Now, I've had some arguments today about what the Constitution grants Congress the right to do. I'll concede they can investigate, and they should investigate, but it has to be done better than what they've been doing up to this point. And they also got to do something about the crisis out of the border, because we know that one of the responsibilities is to secure our borders and keep us safe from invasion. And so right now, Congress has failed at keeping us safe from invasion. Moving forward, I won't spend too much more time on that. We're talking about Congress, and we know why Congress is busy. Congress is busy hating the president. That's what Congress does. Congress hates the president. Well, I'll take that. Let me clarify that. The Democratic House hates the president, and because of that, very little of the people's business will actually get done. And that's a shame, and that's just a disappointment. But they're concerned with hating Trump, and they're busy trying to investigate things. They bring Bob Mueller back today. Poor guy. Disappointing waste of time. Poor him. I just wish that he could have gone out on a higher note as far as his career. He has a very storied career. Poor guy. And shame on House Democrats once again. Shame on you. When you have Sheila Jackson Lee asking questions like, does obstruction of justice get you a long time in jail? That's why Congress shouldn't investigate. And it's okay that Congress doesn't investigate, because Congress does have the authority to get other people to investigate. Like Congress, it's a lot of attorneys in Congress, prosecutors that were, all these careers that are in Congress. Everybody's not an investigator, and so Sheila Jackson Lee, you're not an investigator, and I'll leave that at that. But that leads me to another slightly famous, a little bit famous, kind of sort of famous House Democrat. And let's see if I can do it like the president does it. Rashida Tlaib.
We have bad people, we have sick people. I watched just this morning this Tlaib.
Rashida Tlaib, like the president says it.
Representative Rashida Tlaib.
Back in the news this week, she wants $20 an hour minimum wage. The House passed $15 an hour federal minimum wage 1 week ago. 1 week ago. And this week, Rashida Tlaib is back asking for $20 an hour minimum wage. And that sounds great. That's great. That is phenomenal. But Rashida Tlaib, $20 an hour might put me out of business. Might put somebody you know out of business.
20%. 20% is my profit, Tango. I give you that. What do I got left? Nothing. 20% puts me out of business. Maybe somebody you know out of business. There's legitimate ways of doing things, Tango, and then there's this way. Not even Bumpy took 20%.
I put a lot of you out of a job. That's all I have to say about that. It's been good talking to y'all. I'll be back soon. Just stopping in a little bit. I think I covered everything that was on my mind today, and I appreciate it. I love you all. Keep America first. Keep America great. Trump 2020. One Joe Evans signing.